Hurricane Beryl becomes earliest Category 5 storm on record hours after pummeling Windward Islands. Please subscribe to our Z News for more updates. Just hours after Hurricane Beryl pummeled the Windward Islands with devastating winds and a powerful storm surge as a major Category 4 storm, Beryl strengthened even further, reaching Category 5 strength on Monday evening and shattering the record for the earliest Category 5 hurricane observed in the Atlantic Basin. The National Hurricane Center said Beryl reached peak wind speeds of 160 miles per hour as of their 11 p.m. ET Monday update, classifying the storm on the highest rung of the Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale and beating Hurricane Emily's climb to Category 5 status on July 16, 2005. The storm continued to intensify Tuesday morning to 165 miles per hour peak gusts. Those winds are 15 miles per hour faster than when the hurricane made landfall on Carriacou Island earlier on Monday. Trees were toppled, power was knocked out, and life-threatening storm surge sent water rushing inland across the southern Windward Islands after extremely dangerous Hurricane Beryl made landfall as a high-end Category 4 storm. The storm produced catastrophic winds, which battered the region as terrified residents hunkered down in their homes and shelters, waiting for the storm's fury to pass. Pain, suffering across our nation at this hour, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves said during a somber address to his nation Monday night. Union Island has been devastated. The reports that I have received indicate that 90% of the houses have been severely damaged or destroyed. Their roofs and structures. The Union Island Airport's roof is gone, it's no more. Gonsalves said there are still island-wide blackouts and reports of at least one death. It has been reported, we do not yet know all the details, that one person died and there may well be more fatalities, he said. We are not yet sure. Hurricane Beryl was a Category 3 hurricane earlier on Monday morning, and with each update from the National Hurricane Center and HC, the monster storm's wind speed kept increasing, its pressure kept dropping, and it eventually reached a high-end Category 4 hurricane with winds of 150 miles per hour before making landfall in Carriacou Island, Grenada. Then came a dire warning from the NHC that residents should remain indoors until the storm had passed. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation, the NHC said. Residents should not leave their shelter and remain in place through the passage of these life-threatening conditions. The NHC said Hurricane Beryl produced a sustained wind speed of 92 miles per hour at Grenada Airport, as well as a devastating wind gust of 121 miles per hour, as strong as a Category 3 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. St. Lucia also experienced potentially dangerous impacts from Hurricane Beryl. The NHC said the island reported a sustained wind speed of 52 miles per hour and a wind gust of 63 miles per hour. Hurricane Beryl became the second named storm of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season and made history while the storm rapidly intensified from a tropical depression to tropical storm and then a major hurricane Category 3 or higher in less than 48 hours. For those who live in the region, the weekend was spent preparing for the storm's onslaught by placing coverings on windows of homes, filling up gas tanks, and picking up last-minute supplies after it became clear that Hurricane Beryl would continue to strengthen as it approached island nations like Barbados and St. Lucia, where hurricane warnings remain in place. The office of St. Lucia Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre said all residents should remain indoors until the all-clear is given after a nationwide shutdown was implemented ahead of Hurricane Beryl. Hospitals and wellness centers on the island activated emergency plans. Shelters were opened for residents, and police and fire departments were on high alert and ready to respond to emergencies should any arise during the hurricane. The Prime Minister's office also said utility crews would be out across the island in full force once Hurricane Beryl left the region. Residents of Barbados prepared for the impact of Hurricane Beryl since the end of last week. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Motley took to social media on Friday and then again on Sunday to urge her constituents to take the necessary actions to protect themselves from the storm. While Hurricane Beryl's worst wasn't expected to hit the island, it could still have a devastating impact. We still need to be extremely vigilant, Motley said Sunday night. You can tell that there's bad weather in the atmosphere. The Barbados Light and Power Company said it did not plan to shut down electricity ahead of the storm, but emergency procedures were in place.